Yo! We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode on Reddit, ready to diagnose and save some lives. Unfortunately, Jack and Justin, due to unforeseen
This is serious. Due
to unforeseen circumstances, a tsunami engulfed them in the bathroom.
I thought they got ligma. I mean, it was a tsunami, man. It was so tragic, bro.
Oh, man. Let's get right into it, shall we?
Let's go save some lives.
All right. Ooh, shoot. Okay.
Yo! He looks like, what's the brand of those? Dole pineapples, bro?
Bro. 31 male, swollen head. This was 3 hours ago. There's a picture of him.
Oh, I'm so sorry,
I have
bro.
on screen. So I spent the weekend camping at a music festival. The weather was around 31 Celsius. Okay, he's definitely from Europe, with little shade most of the time. Although I did use sunscreen after sun and drank as much as I could. I hope he means water. As I could, I did still manage to burn quite bad, especially on my scalp. Yesterday, after I left and got the train, I rubbed my head and felt it larger than I took a picture and instantly started panicking. No shade, but I would be panicking too if I woke up and my hair looked like that, bro. I got off at the next stop and went to A&E. I assume that's like the British CVS or something. The doctor said it didn't look that swollen, even with a second opinion, saying hard to tell without seeing how I usually look, although I did show them some pictures of me before. I got told to take antihistamines to see how it goes. I almost fumbled that word. The night the swelling did continue to go down after taking an antihistamine and having a cold wrap around my head, I managed to get seen by my local GP today, although the swelling has decreased significantly.
You got it, bro. You got it, bro.
Although the swelling has decreased significantly into slight puffiness on my cheek areas. I'm getting sent my blood test. As I mentioned, my mom suffers from systemic, and I thought that said discord. Discoid lupus, and that over the last year, I've become terribly lethargic, tired and pain. All right, bro. Tired and pain in my hands and lower back. Now that I have no other symptoms, dizzy, sick, hot, etc., and my vitals and temperature are normal, I'm still kind of left a bit worried about what happened and if it will happen again or if it was just a severe reaction to the sun. I'm on no prior medication. I smoke cigarettes and cannabis regularly and do drink alcohol about 11 units a week. What is that in UK terms? 11 units?
Probably like 5 cases, maybe, bro. I'm not even sure, dog.
So I know I'm not entirely the healthiest. Prior photo and comments for reference. Man, this is fresh. 3 hours ago. I'll let you start this one off. What do you think?
Man, I feel like, and this is gonna sound really bad, but I feel like this is like user error. You feel me? You know, obviously due to the substance consumption, like I see that it's really getting to your head. I didn't mean... No, I'm not like... Due to the smoke consumption, the bad chemicals, and like the smoke obviously will be inflating his head like a balloon, which is why it's causing his forehead to size up, if you will. He's a rather handsome gentleman, but I just think that it really just comes down to cutting back on substances, man. Like, you know, an apple a day usually keeps the bloated heads away.
Initially, I like to approach all of my kind of cases like a crime scene. So if you look at this picture right here, Fisher-Price headphones around his neck, that right there is immediate red flag. There have been studies and immense recalls due to radiation, especially it being around your head, to enlarge your cranium. So that is one factor. Definitely need to upgrade those. You can obviously see the toxins in his head from alcohol and cannabis consumption kind of rise into his hair follicles. That's why we're seeing a little bit of a green. What I like to tell my clients who come in with a similar case, not this specific, I like to tell them to go home, get cinder blocks, tie them around the ear, and do some jumping jacks.
Looking at this patient, he just reminds you of like a chia pet. You know, like look at the grass growing on top. You know, chia. You feel me? Like, you know, like the Troll movie. You know, like how the trolls somehow have crazy haircuts and stuff like that. This is never-ending rash of torture. I am 41F, 5'5", 220 pounds. I live in Georgia. Last week, I had a couple of itchy spots on my leg. I assumed it was bug bites from our 4th of July celebration. It wasn't. It had spread and continued to spread. I have been to the doctor. I was prescribed.
Go ahead, bro.
My face had largely cleared up, but my legs just kept spreading. Wait, what? No, sorry, I read it wrong. Sorry, I read it wrong. Sorry, my legs just kept.
No, you read that right,
but my legs just kept spreading. Wait, no. Now it is down to my feet and up my butt. No.
I had one of these back in the 80s, one 4th of July. Client came in with a similar diagnosis, except these hives were kind of all around the neck area. Kind of asked a few initial questions, only to find out that client was eating fireworks. And this is the same advice I'm going to give to you. It's on your knees, feet, and up to your butt. So here's what you're going to do. You know how in Flashpoint, when Barry loses his powers, he kind of has to recreate the experiment that made him the Flash. So you're going to get down similar to like a canine or a dog, kind of on all fours. And you're going to want to get like the biggest firework you can find, the atomic bomber or whatever they're called. And the fuse, right, where you kind of light it off, you're gonna wanna light it and immediately stick it like in your rectum. And when that goes off, what it's gonna do is send a so back in the 80s, we used to have to do it for every single itchy spot on your leg, but times have changed. We've gotten better at that. So
yeah, definitely an interesting diagnosis. That's not the way I would have thought about it. A couple of options came to mind. Obviously, there's topical cream at your local CVS or Rite Aid. And I'm not really sure what the situation is like in Georgia. Icy Hot, Shaq's sponsored product. I know that works pretty well. The other thing I was going to suggest, and it might be a little bit extreme, was amputation from the abdomen down and then replacing it with cybernetic parts. Not only would you get rid of the bumpiness and get rid of all the irritation in your leg, but you would never have to deal with that again. You stub your toe? Oh, just my robotic leg.
It's more of an extreme last resort kind of
Not
option.
really, no.
Yeah, it is. I think an alternate option, right? When you put on Icy Hot, you have two options, either a Minecraft leg sleeve or a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson leg sleeve, kind of all on the bumps, because when the hierarchy of the DC universe changes, that change is actually going to enact another chemical reaction that is going to get those highs off of you, right? And Minecraft, the leg sleeve, it kind of speaks for itself. That'll kind of wither it away. So, you don't necessarily, amputation, don't want to scare you. Definitely not what you have to do, but
I would recommend personally. Yeah. And again, I feel like that's just like a great quick solution as opposed to just a temporary fix, which you were suggesting earlier. Especially with that lead sleeve. I'm not done. I'm not done. But like I said, I feel like it's just a very quick solution to a problem that it seems like it's been pretty detrimental in your life, and I'm so sorry that you've been experiencing this. Just very tragic.
Yeah, but the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change. Kind of ending on a little bit of a somber note, but follow your dreams and listen to Too Slimy.